Today?
Felt great. First time being inside, when in the inside lanes this year. So it feels good to finally switch from the outside, and have the field in front of me. It was a little different, and I didn't expect it to be that fast, but it was. So I qualified comfortably, so can't complain.
How do you feel about the meet being in Eugene? It's the 5th straight trials it's been here, 4th straight USAs. How do you feel about that?
I don't feel any kind of way. It's Eugene, so the track and field community is a heavy presence up here. So you're always going to have a fairly packed stadium, which does feed us energy down there on the track, and it helps us get around. So it's a pretty good feeling being in Eugene again. Would I like it to be somewhere else? Possibly. Yeah. But that's at the end of the day, it's not my decision. But it's not a bad place to have it.
What do you see about the downsides to having it there?
It's a lot of travel, fatigue that a lot of athletes experience. I train in Arkansas, so it's not as bad as someone who, trains somewhere on the East Coast like Florida or, South Carolina or something like that. So it does play a role on the athletes, especially depending on, what day they decide to leave and when they compete. But it's track and field, so you have track all over. You have track meets all over the place, all over in Europe. So it's just something that we have to adapt to as an athlete.
And how about like cost of lodging, and if you have friends or family coming to watch, like how expensive is it for them to come here?
I would imagine it being very expensive because to me, Oregon doesn't get that much traffic outside of track meets, or Eugene in particular. They don't get that much traffic outside of track meets, so it typically makes it a little difficult because the people that are residents here, they got a profit off of it. So, it's hefty.
But the facility, what do you think of the facility?
Facility is always great. I didn't get to race in the old Hayward, but I would imagine the energy was somewhat the same. But Hayward having more seating now and increasing capacity, I feel as though that helps a lot, especially with the athletes and just the energy that they feed off of from the fans. So. Pretty good.
I don't know if these guys asked you, but could you put in perspective a 16-year-old kid coming here in his first trials and running 44.66?
I expected him to run fast. Yeah. I didn't expect him to run that fast, and I gave him his props because what he's been doing throughout the whole year is just amazing. And it was my first time actually interacting with him. He's a great kid. And he has so much potential, and I can't wait to see him in the future.
He's pretty cool. Is he like quiet kid, cool kid?
From what I've seen, it could be him being locked in for the race, or could be him in general. But from what I see, he's a pretty quiet kid. He stays to himself. He's not cocky, which is I wouldn't be mad at him if he was. I wish I was doing that at 16. But no, great kid. Looking forward to seeing him in the next round and in the future, whatever he does.
You feel like a kid his age but doesn't do the rounds as often.
Yeah.
To come out that fast. What are they worried about what he can do the next 2 rounds, or who knows?
At that point, it's just trusting his training. I'm pretty sure his coach prepared him for, this trial is the biggest meet in America. So even I didn't plan on running that fast. So, but he got his head on straight, so I'm pretty sure he's prepared.
Yeah, 44.86 for your opening round. Kind of talk to me a little bit about the dynamic coming in here. Wanting to save a little bit, but obviously you ran pretty hard still.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all seen it, but at the end I kind of peeked over a few meters out from the finish line to see where I was, to see if I had to keep exerting that much energy, and it looked like damn near a line to me. So I just sped up a little bit just to, be safe on qualifying for the next round. Luckily, we have a day in between, so glad I'm not a female because they got to run 3 straight days, and that is grueling. But I'm gonna use this time now and this time tomorrow to make sure I get proper recovery in, nutrition, hydration, all of that, just to make sure I'm my best for the second round.
What is kind of like the art of the shutdown? When to shut it down, when to conserve.
That was my first time trying to shut it down, and it obviously didn't work. So. That was something new for me. Normally I don't, but also normally I'm not in that position where I can shut it down because I'm not a strong starter, I'm a strong finisher. So usually I am using that last 100 to make up ground and put myself in great position. That is something I'll work on in the second round. I go back after this and talk to my coach, and we'll analyze the race. I also have 2 other training partners out here that run for the University of Arkansas, so of course, I'll wait till they finish, get a little race recap going with them, and see how everyone feels, and prepare for that day too.
It's just so like antithetical to what every coach tells you
Oh,
from
yeah.
5 years old, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you know, Coach Case at Arkansas, he's doing a great job of working with me. That was my first year pro. I'm his only professional athlete technically, so you know, we're just working everything out. And the ultimate goal is make that Olympic team. So looking forward to it.
Thanks, Chris.
Good luck on
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.